A few weeks ago, I made a video on why we're not getting hardware upgrades on GeForce Now at this point in time. Now, of course, those were my sentiments from what we learned from the CES about Blackwell and DLSS 4. But it looks like I've been right on the money all along. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, as you might know, NVIDIA launched an update for their NVIDIA app, which gives some significant improvements on how some of the NVIDIA technologies can now be utilized on older GPUs with updated drivers from the NVIDIA app. They also released a support page, which has a graph with all the current games that are compatible with what technology. I'll put this link for you in the description. So check this out. One of my biggest complaints about the Ultimate tier when it launched with the 4080 2 years ago is that it barely supported any games that could use DLSS 3 to the full, especially any game that used frame generation. Now, well, there are a ton of games that utilize DLSS 3 and frame generation. You can see that from the graph here. Of course, not all of these games are on GeForce Now, but most of them are. So you want to know exactly why they're not giving us updates right out of the gate? Let's check to see what games can use the new multi-frame generation. If you sort this column by the games that fully support this RTX 50 series Blackwell only feature, 3 games appear. 3!
What?
And only 2 of these games are on GeForce Now. Think about that. But what about the 75 games that they said will have DLSS 4 support? The plan is for these games to be updated over time. They all don't have Blackwell DLSS 4 support immediately. The article mentions that they will be adding more games to this compatibility list every month, so we'll be watching this list pretty frequently. And yes, this page does show that they have support for multi-frame generation for RTX 50 series GPUs, but this is only through the NVIDIA app. It's not native for these games. I have no idea if they would integrate the NVIDIA app functionality into GeForce Now to make this happen, but for now, the NVIDIA app is for PC users only. Now, how mad would you be if we got upgrades, promised a massive performance boost like they're promising with the 50 series, then finding out that these boosts have only been applied to 2 games? Yeah, this year, NVIDIA is actually being smart with this release. Holding off until more games are actually capable of being fully utilized by Blackwell is a smart way to go. I would guess that the majority of these 75 games would have to get updated first before NVIDIA would announce upgrades on the platform. My guess that this will happen sometime after Q3 of this year. But in reality, it could be shorter or longer depending on how easy it is for games to implement DLSS 4. Nonetheless, we're going to be waiting regardless. So what are your thoughts? Will we see these games being updated quickly or will it take a while? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my thoughts on the upgrades for GeForce Now, give us a like. Also, make sure to join as a member of the channel or join our Patreon and our Discord, the links below. And above all else, make sure to subscribe and keep it locked right here at the only place we can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle.